Here's my review of the Teng Toolbox. See, it has decent sliders, there's decent rollers. Front two are locked, and the rear are swivel casters. And the rear casters also have a lock on them, or a brake, so if you don't want to go anywhere, just lock in place. It does have an optional, or does have a lockable drawer, so you can just turn this, and you can open your drawers. It also does come with a top cover, which is pretty nice. So you can see the top cover. It's made of a kind of like a, I think it's an ABS plastic. It's kind of textured a little bit and has nice little compartments for your screws or whatnot, keep you organized. And if you're wondering, I'm 5'11", so it's a little low in terms of a surface to work on. I prefer to have a little higher, but it's a nice little portable toolbox. So you can see it's about waist height for me. I'm about 5'11", so if you're looking for a surface to work on, this might not be great for you if you're 5'11"-ish. Maybe you feel a little shorter, it's being a little nicer. And you can put the handle on your side of the box, as well as the casters. If you prefer for some reason to have them on the opposite side, you can go ahead and do that. So the nice thing about a combination lock is that you don't need a key for it. So you need to either carry the key around, or you have a lot of people working on it. Just tell someone the combination, and then your whole team will know. For example, at the end of each day, my team will go ahead and lock this cabinet up, and at the beginning of each day, we'll unlock it. So there's nice little touches. There's a little Teng logo there, and as well as on the bottom, kind of imprinted, which is pretty nice, I'd say. So this is what I have in the top tray. Sorry, I'll put the part number in the description. We have a nice torque wrench. To be honest, we don't use this very often because we have another torque wrench that is a digital. You can see it's different graduations. A bunch of metric Allen T-handles. We have an Allen set. We have a torque set. And then we also have it's kind of a Swiss Army knife. You have a couple different ones. To be honest, we don't use this one very often. We mostly stick to the T-handles, but it's kind of a nice, quick little feature if you want it. You also have a mirror, magnifying glass, and magnetic pickup, and as well as a little tray to hold any of your little bits. Nice little flashlight to look at things. Second tray, we have I don't know if you can hear that, but it's pretty nicely ratchet. Nice good grip on it. I'd say the quality of it is maybe slightly above Craftsman. So here's a Craftsman one. You can hear the teeth aren't as fine as the Teng tool one. You can see it comes with a bunch of sockets, metric Allens, some Torx, and of course shallow sockets, an extension, and a universal joint. Over here we have our gear wrenches. This unfortunately does not come with a reversible one, but they're decent quality. And then in the bottom of the tray, you can get some optional either storages or different tools, but we just keep it open. We just keep our multimeter in here. And each set you get with the EVA foam, you get this little sticker. And if you want, you can, I guess, stick it on the front here to label which tool is which. Third tray, we have some shallow sockets, extension, universal joint. Then you have some screwdrivers. Comes with a nice grip. And pliers, channel locks, wheel nose, diagonal cutters, small and large. Again, in the front, we just have it open. Just keep whatever we need on hand. The nice thing about a custom box, as in you pick which tools you need, is you can exactly cater the box how you want it. So, for example, a lot of Craftsman ones come with a giant 300-piece set that you might not use all the tools. But, for example, at my job, we use metric all the time. So that's why, obviously, we have some sockets, wrenches, and Allens. So honestly, I pick the tools that most of our techs use all the time, day to day, working on our motors. So whatever tools you want. If you're not if you don't use sockets very much, you can choose some other set. And yeah, fourth drawer is we don't put anything there, but it's kind of a catch-all. It's pretty large. Got your sort of box shop towels, your impact wrenches, etc. Now I would prefer I would say lean on getting the drawer, because there's another option, which is this box, which everything's exactly identical, except for the bottom is this separately lockable lid. It also has its own combination lock, which you can't set different than this one. I just find that the drawer is a little more useful. So you can see the same with this box. Everything's exactly the same. Allens, half-inch, 3/4. Again, let me do a little demo for you on the different ratchets. Versus Teng one. Again, the nice thing about having these organizers is you can tell exactly what is missing. So this tray, you open it up and you see obviously this tool is missing. So each tool has its own home. Exactly, you know where to put it. And so if you ever finish a build and you want to make sure that all your tools are back in the proper place, you just kind of look down, and if you see any open slots, that you know that you're missing some tool. Versus if you look here, you don't know what's missing at all. I mean, sure, you can get pretty organized about it, but if you work in a shop where many people are working on it, might not be as clean as you, and they might not put tools exactly where you would put them last, so it's kind of harder to find. So if you have a place for everything, you know exactly what's missing. The nice thing about having these is don't slide around in those trays. So you can see in our large tool bin that this mat is kind of slidden forward because everyone just throws their tools around when you shut that closed. So it's nice to have kind of a little slot for each piece, then you know exactly where everything needs to go. Each Teng box, or each Teng toolkit comes with its own box, and each box has its own lid, and the lids are removable. And then you just snap together each tray. If you want, you can take out the foam, but I'd recommend leaving it in there because it fits a little better in the trays. So you see each box is 11 or about 28, 26.5 by 10.5, let's call it. And obviously, the smaller trays are half the width of the normal size EVA foam trays. I'd recommend getting these trays over these ones. I don't even know if they sell these ones anymore, but it's just nicer to grab things out of this. Like, for example, these ones are kind of hard to grab, so you gotta kind of poke it out to grab it. But these ones, they all have these nice little cutouts, so you can just kind of pull out whatever tool you need. It's a very well thought out system. So I'd say these boxes are kind of more for maneuvering around, easy to kind of get to whatever spot you need, and then really just for rolling around to whatever spot you need, servicing whatever item, and then packing your cart away once you're done.